I came home tired from a long day's chore, boots dusty from the fields outside. But there you were on the front porch steps, with that smile I just can't hide. The evening breeze wrapped around us both, soft as the sunset's glow. And in that moment I remembered why I never let you go.
I've been waiting with a coffee cup, rocking slow in Daddy's chair, watching sparrows dance above the yard, hoping soon you'd be right there. Then your shadow crossed the gravel path, and my heart knew what it felt to fall in love all over again on those porch steps where we met.
Warm smiles on the front porch steps, where the day unwinds and the world forgets, where your hand in mine feels soft and true, and the old wood creaks like it knows us too. Love comes gentle, love never regrets, with warm smiles on the front porch steps.
I still remember our younger days, sneaking kisses after dark,
Lantern glow and whispered dreams lit up our stumbling stars.
Now years have carved their stories deep, but time's been kind, I guess.
'Cause every night I still find home on those steps where my worries rest. And someday when our hair turns gray and our footsteps slow their pace,
we'll still be sitting side by side with the same glow on our face.
kids grown, life changed, but love remains where the quiet evening sweeps, and warm smiles on these porch steps guard the memories that we keep. Warm smiles on the front porch steps, where the crickets sing in the twilight west, where your arm around mine still feels like home, though the seasons change and the winds may roam. Nothing fades, nothing forgets these warm smiles on the front porch steps. So let the stars shine overhead, let the long night softly spread, for love lives where our hearts have met, in warm smiles on the front porch steps. I kept the porch light burning
though the nights were cold and long, rocking on this old pine swing, humming our forgotten song. Neighbors said you'd never come back, that hope was fading too. But darling, I still left that little golden light for you. I wandered far from home, trying to mend a restless soul, but every sunset whispered all the love I couldn't hold. When I saw that porch light shining through the midnight blue, I knew this weary heart of mine was meant to come back home to you. That porch light waited for you. Through every storm I stumbled through, a gentle glow in the dark of night, a promise warm and soft and bright. No matter how far my footsteps flew, that porch light waited for you. I'd pour a cup of coffee just in case tonight was the night, set 2 chairs by the window where the stars were shining bright. I whispered to the heavens, bring him safely back again, and prayed that broken roads would guide your shadow home, my friend. I carried all my failures like a weight upon my back. I almost turned away, afraid you'd never want me back. But then that faithful light stood steady, like a truth I always knew. You were standing on the doorstep with a love that still felt true. That porch light waited for you. Through every storm I stumbled through, a gentle glow in the dark of night, a promise warm and soft and bright. No matter how far my footsteps flew, that porch light waited for you. If your heart still feels the same, I never stopped believing you'd come back through all the pain. Let's start again together under skies so wide and blue. The porch light led us homeward to a love both old and new. That porch light waited for you, a steadfast flame the whole world knew. It kept its glow when hope grew thin, a beacon calling you back in. Now here we stand with love renewed. That porch light waited for you. Maybe love still waits around the bend on the back road where our love once lived. I walk those dusty sidewalks where the red sun melts the day, thinking about the love I lost when I let you slip away. Every storefront window shows a man now all alone, leaving tears on the sidewalks of old San Antone.
I wandered past the river where the lanterns softly gleam, trying to hold the memory of the love we used to dream.
But every echo of your footsteps cuts deeper than I've ever known, dropping tears on the sidewalks of cold San Antone. Tears on the sidewalks, hearts breaking slow, lost in the shadows of a love we used to know. Two lonely travelers with no place left to go, leaving tears on the sidewalks of San Antone. I thought the city lights might help me drown the pain, but neon only flickers like a memory in the rain. I'd trade every mile I'm walking for one more night at home, instead of tears on the sidewalks of sad San Antone.
I still hear your laughter on the warm Texan breeze, and I chase it through the alleys like a ghost that never leaves. But love don't answer softly when two hearts can't atone, so I leave tears on the sidewalks of old San Antone.
Tears on the sidewalks, hearts breaking slow, lost in the shadows of a love we used to know. Two lonely travelers with no place left to go, leaving tears on the sidewalks of San Antone. Maybe someday Texas will call us back again to the night we held each other before the pain set in. But until that tender moment leads us where we once had grown, we'll keep leaving tears on the sidewalks of San Antone. Tears on the sidewalks where our memories still roam, two broken hearts wandering, too tired to turn back home. If love can find forgiveness in the place it's overthrown, it'll wash away the tears on the sidewalks of San Antone. The whistle cried at break of dawn, I felt the steel beneath my boots. You held my hand but tried to smile while I chased dreams in worn-out suits. The train pulled out, I waved to you as the valley slowly disappeared. Never knew a goodbye whispered soft could ring so heavy in my ears.
The dust still hangs along that track where your shadow faded in the light. I stood there till the morning wind turned the sunrise into night. I kept your jacket by the door, your coffee Somehow loving you from far away made me stronger than myself.
The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home, where the fields still hum the songs we've always known. These neon lights can't warm my soul like your embrace, or the soft glow of our old home place. No matter how far these rails may roam, the train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home.
The sidewalk crowds don't know my name, they rush like storms across my mind. I work till dusk and count the days till I leave this city far behind.
Your letters smell of summer rain and wildflowers near our broken gate. Now they're the only things that comfort me when the nights run long and late.
I walk the porch at eventide, hoping someday you'll appear. The swinging gate creaks soft and slow, just like when you were near.
The fireflies dance across the lane as if they guard the path you chose. Every glow reminds my heart that true love never really goes. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home, where your memory sings in every twilight tone. In every step I take, I feel your spirit trace, a promise time will never erase. Though towers rise and engines grow, the train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home. Someday I'll buy a one-way ride back down the tracks to your side, where city noise fades into grace and love finds its rightful place. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home, and soon these wheels will carry me back where I belong. To the porch light glowing through the dusk, to the hands I hold, to the love I trust. No journey ends until love seeds are sown. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home. There's a quiet little town where the river bends slow, where the front porch lights still cast a golden glow.
That's where we carved our names on an old oak tree, back when you swore you'd never walk away from me. I'm back home, where love fell apart, where the dust still clings to a broken heart. Every barn, every field, every rusted gate reminds me of a dream we couldn't save. I walk these roads with an aching start. Back home, where love fell apart. Your laughter lingers on the farmhouse floor, like footsteps fading out a closing door. Neighbors still ask why you never stayed, but some stories end no matter how they're made. I'm back home, where love fell apart, where the dust still clings to a broken heart. Every fence line whispers your old refrain, every sunset brings your face again. I stand here lost with a trembling heart. Back home, where love fell apart. I thought leaving town would ease the ache, but miles don't mend what memories break. And now I'm here with the truth so clear. You're gone, but your ghost is still right here. I'm back home, where love fell apart, where the silence cuts like a country dart. Though the fields still shine in the evening gold, the story's ended, the tale is told. Yet somehow I keep falling back to the start. Back home, where love fell apart. I drove down those dusty back roads where your laughter used to ring, past the fields of early summer and the porch where you would sing. Every mile felt like a memory of the dreams we tried to give, on the back roads where our love once found a place to live.
I walked past the rusted mailbox where you carved our initials deep, and the oak tree by the river where I promised you my key. But promises grew fragile in the lives we couldn't give, on the back roads where our love once had a chance to live.
Back roads where our love once lived, where hearts gave all they had to give. We held on tight yet time ran swift, and fate can take more than it gives. Still my heart wanders every twist and bend of those back roads where our loved ones lived. I left for distant cities, thinking glory paved the way, but the neon never warmed me like your smile on summer days. Now I'm haunted by the echoes of a life we couldn't build, on the back roads where our love still lingers soft and still.
I stayed with all the memories in this quiet, sleepy town, held on to every whisper when your footsteps weren't around.
And though I tried to move on, my heart stayed unforgiven for the back roads where our love once learned what it meant to live. Back roads where our love once lived, where hearts gave all they had to give. We held on tight, yet time ran swift, and fate can take more than it gives. Still my heart wanders every twist and bend of those back roads where our loved ones live. Maybe someday we'll return to that place we left behind, where the dirt road meets the meadow and our souls could intertwine. If forgiveness finds the courage and two hearts choose to forgive, we might start again together where our love once lived. Back roads where our love once lived still call us home through the drifting mist. Though years slip by like a fleeting kiss, there's a part of us the past can't dismiss. Maybe love still waits around the bend on the back roads where our loved ones live.
The sun dips low behind the old barn wall, painting gold the memories of when you first called. Your voice was soft like the evening wind, a promise whispered where our dreams begin. I walked that dusty road just to be near you, boots worn thin, but my heart beat true. Every sunset glow felt warmer with your hand. Two young hearts learning how to love and stand.
In the sunset echoes of the love we built together, through storms and trials and uncertain weather. Every mile we walked made our hearts grow better. Oh, the sunset echoes of the love we built together.
We raised a life on faith and timbered beams, like a melody I carry through every passing year.
Even when the world tried to pull me away, your love lit the porch at the end of each day.
And every time my weary boots stepped inside, your gentle smile revived the man I tried to hide.
In the sunset echoes of the love we built together, shining through the hard times, soft as a feather. No distance or doubt ever dared to sever those sunset echoes of the love we built together.
Now the skies turn fire, then faded into blue, but every shade reminds me I belong with you.
Hand in hand, watching the daylight dim, hearing echoes of the life we carved limb by limb. In the sunset echoes of the love we built together, where hearts stay warm in the cool night's tether. As the world grows quiet, we whisper forever in the sunset echoes of the love we built together.
I walked down to the creekside where the willows softly sway, where we carved our names together in a heart we thought would stay. But the breeze felt cold this morning and the memories cut deep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where our secrets used to sleep.
I still hear your gentle whisper in the rustle of the leaves, saying love would last forever as it drifted on the breeze. But forever's just a promise that this world won't always keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where the water runs so deep.
Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where tears fall quietly and the river softly speaks. Two broken hearts, too tender to weep, lost in the shadows of the love we couldn't keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. The sunlight through the branches feels like echoes of your smile, and I'd walk these banks forever just to feel your touch a while. But the distance grew between us like the current swift and steep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where our promises now sleep.
I return here every season, though the years have drifted far, 'cause the creek still holds a memory of the way we used to are. And no matter where I wander, it's the place my sorrows keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where I learned how love can weep.
Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where tears fall quietly and the river softly speaks. Two broken hearts, too tender to weep, lost in the shadows of the love we couldn't keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. willow, we'll hear a different song of forgiveness in the moonlight and a love still holding strong. But tonight we stand divided where we once stood cheek to cheek. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the lonely, lonesome creek. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where the past still whispers every time we meet. If the good Lord's willing, love might find its feet. But for now we leave our sorrow in the place so bittersweet. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. I found an old picture tucked behind the chair, edges worn and yellow by the southern air. There we were laughing, young and unafraid, two hearts falling fast in a love we hadn't made. I've seen that photograph 1,000 times before, hanging crooked on the wall by Mama's old front door. Every scratch and wrinkle holds a story of its own, a reminder of the roots of the love we've grown. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the quiet smiles and the forgotten names. Though the years move on, the memory remains. The past still lives in our faded picture frame. There's one of us dancing in the July rain, your shirt soaked through, but you love me just the same. We didn't need riches, only hearts unbound, and the promise that we'd stand on the same old ground. There's one of you waving as I boarded that train, your tear-touched cheeks still shine in the window pane. And though the miles tried hard to scatter our dreams, you stayed in every sunset, in every in-between. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, through the storm survived and the sweet refrain. Every shadow of time only strengthens the claims that the past still lives in our faded picture frame. Let's dust them off gently, hold what's left of the years, all the laughter that stayed, all the unspoken fears. Side by side we'll treasure the life we made, from the bright young days to the silver shades. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the love that endures and the light that remains. faded picture frames. The past ain't gone, it's just sleeping in the dust, waiting for two lovers to return with trust. Hand in hand, step by step, through the golden haze, we find ourselves again in those tender yesterdays.
Little footprints leading back to yesterday, where our love was planted and forever chose to stay.
Now with every sunset, darling, come what may, we follow little footprints back to yesterday. The city lights were flickering like memories in the rain. I walked those empty sidewalks trying to outrun all the pain. Then I saw you by the station, guitar held to your chest, a wandering soul in Chicago looking for a place to rest. You had moonlight in your footsteps, sorrow tucked behind your smile. Said you came from Oklahoma, been lonely for a while. I told you I'd been searching through bars where heartache grows, chasing love that vanished in the winds of old Chicago. Midnight tears in old Chicago, falling slow like winter snow. Two broken hearts in a city that don't know, holding on to each other where the cold winds blow. Midnight tears, but I won't cry alone. You took my trembling hands and led me past the corner band, a faded neon heartbeat glowing red across the land. I told you love once left me on a dark and distant road. Now I'm scared to open doors where memories overflow.
But darling, when you looked at me, the night felt soft and warm, like the kind of gentle mercy after living through a storm. I said we ain't got to hurry, hearts need time to grow, even here beneath the shadows of old Chicago. Midnight tears in old Chicago, falling slow like winter snow. Two broken hearts in a city that don't know, holding on to each other where the cold winds blow. Midnight tears, but I won't cry alone. Cowgirl, maybe love can find us in the strangest place tonight. Maybe hurt can fade beneath these silver city lights.
Moby Destiny's been waiting on this moment just to show midnight tears can bloom into a love we never
midnight tears in old Chicago,
but now they shine.
they softly glow through every shadow, baby, now I know. Even in a city full of cold winds blow, your hand in mine
Turns midnight tears
into a sunrise glow. I left the dust of our small town, chasing dreams beneath a stranger sky. But every mile feels a little colder when your soft voice sang nearby. These city lights don't shine the same, not like your smile in the morning dew. And every step I take reminds me I'm just a cowboy far from home.
I watch the porch light every evening, hoping one night you'll come walking through.
This old house
Feels a little emptier since the day I said goodbye to you.
your hat still hangs where you left it, and your boots by the door stay true. But the silence tells me louder now, you're just a cowboy far from home and you. So ride on, darling, through those heartache plains. Let my love guide you through the loss and rain. Though the wind may whisper stories you once knew, my heart's still waiting, steady and true, for a cowboy far from home and you. The railroad hum keeps me restless. Nights get long in this neon town. I keep your picture in my pocket. It's the only thing that never lets me down.
Sometimes I swear I hear your laughter in the rustle of the nighttime blue.
Baby, I'm fighting my way back. This cowboy's far from home and you.
I trace your letters on the table, the ones you wrote from that distant view, saying you're doing fine, but I can feel it. Your heart aches just the way mine do.
So I'll keep praying to the heavens for the day you see the sky we both once knew, and find your road back through the valleys where home still waits for a cowboy and you. So ride on, darling, through those heartache plains. Let my love guide you through the loss and rain.
from home and you. If the stars align just right tonight, follow them back to where our love grew. No matter how far the trail may wander, it still leads home, back to me and you. So ride on homeward through the fading pain. Let our love pull you like an old refrain. No city lights can steal the bond we knew, 'cause my heart belongs forever to a cowboy far from home and you. I came back home through the winding lane, where the wheat swayed low like a soft refrain. I felt your shadow in the summer breeze, like you were walking right beside me.
I saw your head by the old porch swing and heard your laughter in the early spring. Even though the years have carried you far, my heart still knows just where you are.
Where the fields still whisper your name through golden winds and gentle rain. Every memory blooms the same in this quiet town we couldn't tame. Though time has changed what we became, these fields still whisper your name. Your footprints fade on the dusty ground, but I still hear them coming round. This land remembers every kiss, every promise, every wish.
And I still keep your letter notes pressed between my Sunday coats. Though life moved on, my heart remained rooted deep where love was stained.
Where the fields still whisper your name through morning light and evening flame. Every echo sounds the same, calling out what once we claimed. Though love slid through like wild terrain, these fields still whisper your name. Maybe someday you'll walk back through where every breath still carries you. A second chance, a brand new start, if the fields can heal a broken heart. Where the fields still whisper your name through heartbreaks, loss, and heaven's gain. Though seasons shift and hearts may wane, this land remembers through joy and pain. And even if we're not the same, these fields forever whisper your name. Whistle of the midnight train still echoes softly in my ears. I left our valley far behind, chasing work through lonely years. But every mile I've walked alone reminds me of his tiny hands, and the way he'd reach up to my face like he knew I had big plans.
I hold him close each restless night, tell him stories of your smile. He asks me when his daddy's coming home to stay a while. I show him letters that you send, he hugs them tight against his chest. He says he dreams of riding high upon your shoulders right best.
Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon, where the porch light glows beneath the silver moon.
Tell him daddy's counting down every mile,
till I can see his eyes and his mama's smile. It won't be long, the morning breaks in June. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon.
These city streets are cold at night, they don't care who comes or goes. I trade my time for paychecks here, but it's your love that warms my soul. I miss his laughter in the yard, his tiny boots along the floor, and every sunrise on this job just makes me miss you both some more.
He's grown an inch since yesterday, you'd smile to see him standing tall. He tries to wear your old straw hat, it slips and nearly hides him all. But oh, the way he beams with pride, like he's the man you hope he'll be. I tell him, son, your daddy loves you, and his eyes shine just like the sea. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon, before the fireflies light the summer dune.
Tell him daddy's heart stayed in that room,
where we rocked him gently by the window's bloom. I'll follow the stars, or the sun, or the monsoon. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon. One day he'll run into my arms, across that old dirt porch we love, and you'll be waiting by the door, like an angel sent from above. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon, to the life that keeps me standing strong.
no city lights can outshine the tune
Of the love that's called me home so long, by the harvest moon or the afternoon. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon. These city lights are blinding, but they never warm my skin. I walk through crowded streets, yet feel the loneliness within. Every echo of a siren sounds like memories out of place, and I find myself still longing in the city's cold embrace. I left our little hometown for the dreams I thought were mine, chasing stages, chasing shadows, chasing days I can't rewind. But every nightfall in this city brings a chill I can't erase, 'cause I'm longing, darling, for your touch in this cold embrace. Longing for you in the city's cold embrace, where the lights shine bright, but the warmth is out of place. Two hearts apart in a world we tried to chase, still hearing echoes of a love we can't replace. No matter where these city streets may trace, I'm longing for you in the city's cold embrace. Your old flannel on my shoulders keeps me company at night. Feels like your arms around me when the world don't treat me right. But it's getting harder, darling, facing days without your face, as I wander through the shadows of this cold embrace. I played a worn-out melody in a backstreet midnight bar, but your voice came soft between the chords of my guitars. And suddenly the neon seemed to lose its charm and grace, 'cause love don't live easy in a city's cold embrace. Longing for you in the city's cold embrace, where the lights shine bright, but the warmth is out of place. Two hearts apart in a world we tried to chase, still hearing echoes of a love we can't replace. No matter where these city streets may trace, I'm longing for you in the city's cold embrace. If you walked through my door, the cold would fade away. If you called out my name, I'd run home without delay. 'Cause love is stronger than the dreams we failed to face, and warmer than the city's cold embrace. Longing for you in the city's cold embrace, but now I feel the thaw begin to chase. If our hearts still beat for the same sweet place, let's leave behind this lonely maze. Hand in hand, let's rise and retrace all the longing left in the city's cold embrace. I came to this crowded city, boots still stained by home, thinking I could chase a future down these neon canyons alone. But every car horn's a reminder of the love I left undone, where the earth and dust meets country pain under the smokestack sun.
I watched you fade in highways far from fields we used to roam. Your voice grew thin like shadows on the porch we called our home.
And though the letters kept on coming, they felt colder every one, where the earth and dust meets country pain, that's where our hearts came undone. Where the earth and dust meets country pain, two hearts trying hard but losing all the same. You chased the skyline, I held the rain. Now we're torn between two worlds that whisper your name, where the earth and dust needs country pain. These streets don't feel like freedom, just a maze of empty nights. And I'd trade 1,000 bright marquees for your old porch candlelight. But I walked too far from your heartbeat, too far down the wrong refrain, to that line where even dust meets a good girl's country pain.
I still wake to Texas sunrise, hoping that you might return. But the city's taking pieces of the man for whom I yearn.
You lost yourself in sidewalks I could never understand, where the earth and dust keeps stealing all that's left of our plans. Where the earth and dust meets country pain, two hearts trying hard but losing all the same. You chased the skyline, I held the rain. Now we're torn between two worlds that whisper your name, where the earth and dust meets country pain. Maybe someday you'll remember how our small town nights felt warm, before the buildings stole your shadow and the city shaped the storm. But if the train ever brings you back, I'll be standing in the grain, at the edge of where your dust finally bows to country pain. Where the earth and dust meets country pain, love lost its footing in the pouring rain. And though the miles keep calling like an old refrain, I'll wait where worlds collide if you find me again, where the earth and dust meets country pain. rode back through the valley where the dust still knows my name, where every broken memory flickers soft like candle flame. The porch light's barely glowing, but the truth is crystal clear. Back home, where the heart still hurts, I feel you everywhere.
I stood beside the window where we watched the seasons fall, where love once wrapped around us like a warm September shawl.
But autumn stole our laughter, left a silence sharp as dirt. Back home, where the heart still hurts, your shadow lingers first. Back home, where the heart still hurts, where we loved so deep it burned. Two lost souls beneath the pines, trying hard to read the signs. No matter how far life converts, it pulls us back where the heart still hurts.
I walked across the barnyard where your footprints used to lie, where we danced beneath the rafters and the long June firefly sky.
But the boards creak in a different tune, one sorrow can avert. Back home, where the heart still hurts,
I hear your name in dirt.
I found a locket you once gave me near the old red maple tree, a tiny piece of yesterday that never set me free.
Love fades slow in the country air, too stubborn to desert.
Back home, where the heart still hurts, it beats but never blurs. Back home, where the heart still hurts, where we loved so deep it burned. Two lost souls beneath the pines, trying hard to read the signs. No matter how far life converts, it pulls us back where the heart still hurts.
If I reached for you tonight, would your hand still fit with mine?
Could we mend the cracks of time, or just cross another line?
Or would we find what we feared most in the quiet of the dirt?
Some wounds were made to linger back home, where the heart still hurts. Back home, where the heart still hurts, where echoes rise from empty earth. We tried to run, we tried to mend, but some love never finds its end. Though time may heal in little spurts, it always leads back home, where the heart still hurts. The morning sun would spill across our tangled sheets, warm as your whisper when our two hearts meet. We linger slow in the hush of that golden light, holding tight to the promise of another perfect night.
And when the day would fade to a gentle purple hue, I'd sit on the porch just to wait for you.
Your silhouette soft in the silver evening glow made every blue night the sweetest one I'd ever known. Sweet mornings and blue nights will never leave behind. In every laugh, every tear, every moment we'll find. Through the turns of time, love stays intertwined. Sweet mornings and blue nights will never leave behind.
Do you remember dancing barefoot by the river bend, giggling like children with the world of men?
The sunrise painted dreams across your steady face, showing me forever ain't a distant place. And every blue night when the sky felt cold, you'd rest in my arms like a story retold. We held on tight when the world felt unkind. Love like ours ain't something easy to unwind. Sweet mornings and blue nights will never leave behind, where the echoes of our footsteps stay perfectly aligned. Through the seasons of life, through the doubts in our minds, sweet mornings and blue nights will never leave behind. Even now, as the years paint silver through our hair, those memories rise up like a whispered prayer. Storms may come, but our hearts still rhyme like a clockwork love, steady through time. Sweet mornings and blue nights will never leave behind.
In the quiet of our porch or the dawn's gentle shine,
Darling, forever lives in moments defined by sweet mornings and blue nights will never leave behind. I wandered into Reno with my boots caked in the dust, chasing down a memory and a love I couldn't trust. The road was long and lonesome, but your voice still lingered slow, like a whispered promise riding on that Nevada wind that blows. I heard you'd taken refuge in a smoky bar downtown, playing songs of broken heartache just to keep your sorrows down. But darling, I kept hoping that someday you'd let me know why you left me with the silence and the Reno winds that blow. Whiskey wind in the streets of Reno, carrying secrets we tried to let go. Two lost hearts in a neon glow, feeling But even through the pain we've come to know, we still hear love in the Reno wind that blows. I saw your shadow flicker as you stepped inside the bar, and suddenly the nights felt shorter than they ever are. I tried to speak your name, but all the words came out too low, caught in the whiskey wind of Reno's afterglow. You look just like the memory I carry it every night, a little worn and fragile underneath the amber light. I said you broke my heart, you whispered I never meant to go, but the truth got lost in the Reno winds that blow. Whiskey wind in the streets of Reno, carrying secrets we tried to let go. Two lost hearts in a neon glow, feeling the ache of a love gone slow. But even through the pain we've come to know, we still hear love in the Reno wind that blows. If I could turn the clocks back, I'd hold you through the night. If I could mend the moment, I'd make every wrong turn right. But here beneath the moon's soft golden show, love still trembles in the Reno wind that blows. Whiskey wind in the streets of Reno, washing the past where the shadows go. Hand in hand in the afterglow, hearts beating stronger than we'll ever show. Let tomorrow rise and tonight be slow as we find our love in the Reno wind that blows. The morning sun would spill across our tangled sheets, warm as your whisper when our two hearts meet.
We linger slow in the hush of that golden light, holding tight to the promise of another perfect night.
When the day would fade to a gentle purple hue, I'd sit on the porch just to wait for you.
Your silhouette soft in the silver evening glow made every blue night the sweetest one I'd ever know.
Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind, and every laugh, every tear, every moment we'll find. Through the turns of time, love stays intertwined. Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind. Giggling like children with the world to mend. The sunrise painted dreams across your steady face, showing me forever ain't a distant place. And every blue night when the sky felt cold, you'd rest in my arms like a story retold.
We held on tight when the world felt unkind. Love like ours ain't something easy to unwind.
Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind, where the echoes of our footsteps stay perfectly aligned. Through the seasons of life, through the doubts in our mind, sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind. Even now, as the years paint silver through our hair,
those memories rise up like a whispered prayer.
storms may come, but our hearts still rhyme like a clockwork love, steady through time. Sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind, in the quiet of our porch or the dawn's gentle shine. Darling, forever lives in moments defined by sweet mornings and blue nights we'll never leave behind. That old dirt road still calls me with the smell of summer rain, where we carved our names in oak wood like two hearts that knew no pain. Every gravel crunch beneath me feels like stories left untold, just whispers of our love on that old dirt road. I remember how you held me as the fireflies lit the night, with the moon hung low above us and your arms warm, soft and tight. I still hear the breeze reminding of the promises we swore, like whispers of our love on that old dirt road we adore. Whispers of love on the old dirt road, where your hand in mine felt like coming home. Two young hearts learning how to grow in fields where sweet wildflowers bloom and blow. And even now, through the highs and lows, I hear whispers of love on that old dirt road. I wandered far from the valley, chasing dreams that led me wrong, but the memory of your laughter stayed with me all along. I'd trade all the city's glory for the place where our hearts glow, where whispers of your love on that old dirt road still flow. Though the years have kept their distance, I still wait where daisies sway, hoping someday that your footsteps find their way back home to stay. 'Cause the past ain't dead or buried, not where love so deeply sold, and the whispers never faded
on that old dirt road.
Whispers of love on the old dirt road, where your hand in mine felt like coming home. Two young hearts learning how to grow in fields where sweet wildflowers bloom and blow. And even now, through the highs and lows, I hear whispers of love on that old dirt road. Maybe time won't heal it all, but it brings us back around to the porch swing, to the hillside, to that sacred, hallowed ground. And if tomorrow finds us walking where young hearts once rode, we'll follow the whispers down that old dirt road. Whispers of love on the old dirt road, where the sunsets painted stories untold. No matter how far life pushed or pulled, our hearts stayed tied by a thread of gold. Now forever's waiting where memories glow in the whispers of love on that old dirt road. I still remember how the twilight kissed your hair, right on that porch where we learned how much we cared. But seasons turned and shadows filled the floor. Now I sit alone where your boots touched the boards before.
That old porch swing still whispers every night about two foolish hearts who lost the will to fight.
I walked away, but the memory stayed behind,
Rocking in the breeze with your name tangled in mine.
Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands, but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there, where I once kissed you true.
Your laughter used to dance across the cedar rail.
Now all I hear is the lonely nightingale. I tried to mend the boards and patch our broken yesterdays, but the paint kept peeling with the words we couldn't say.
I kept the ribbon from the night you held me tight, saying you loved me till the stars ran out of light.
But promises fall quiet when pride gets in the way,
and all we built together slowly washed to gray.
Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the
you true. Maybe if the swing still knows our tune, we could find our way back under that silver moon.
But echoes don't forgive and memories don't lie. We lost our love beneath that southern sky.
Love faded on the old front porch, where our hands first touched and our hearts swore more.
Now the boards are worn and the steps feel rough,
but the place remembers when our love was enough. Yes, love faded there, but it still calls me back to you. There's a dirt road leading home, where the red barn stands so tall. Mama's curtains in the window sway like they're saying, welcome y'all. And every fence post whispers stories of the days that passed us by. Family roots grow strong and steady under the old farm sky. Daddy's boots are by the doorway, dusty from the fields he'd roam. His laughter echoes in the rafters in this place we all call home. The porch swing sings its gentle tune whenever memories drift by. Family roots run deep and true under the old farm sky. Under the old farm sky, where our hearts learned how to fly, where love was sown in the soil below and carried through years gone by. In every breeze, in every tree, in every tear we cry, we find our way back home again. Under the old farm sky. Grandma's Bible on the table, pages worn from time and grace. Her Sunday hymns still linger in the corners of this place. Kids chase dreams through open fields, just like you and I. Life begins and circles back under the old farm sky. Maybe we'll wander far someday, but no matter where we roam, the roots we planted long ago will always point us home. Under the old farm sky, where our hearts learned how to try, where joy and sorrow shaped our days like clouds that drift on by. And when we're gone, our love lives on in the earth where stories lie. Family roots forever grow. Under the old farm sky. Out where the river hums a tune, slow as an old porch swing, I wake to the sound of morning light and the song the robins sing. Barefoot trails through fields of gold where the early breeze runs free. Peaceful days beneath the valley sun feel like home calling me. The kettle whispers soft and warm while the curtains dance and sway. I hum the lullabies Mama loved to greet the shining day. With every creak of the wooden floor, memories come undone. In this quiet life I'm thankful for the valley and the sun. Oh, these peaceful days beneath the valley's sun, where the world slows down and our hearts beat as one, with the mountains standing guard and the river running true. I find every simple blessing leads me back to you. Yes, peaceful days beneath the valley's sun. That's where our story's begun. Fence post worn from years gone by, cattle wander in the hill. I take a moment just to breathe and let my worries still. The wind carries laughter from the barn where the children love to play. And I thank the good Lord every night for another gem day. Aprons hung in pies to cool the evening settling in. Fireflies flicker soft like they don't know where they've been. Your hand in mine at dusk reminds me love's already won. We've got all we need right here beneath the valley sun. Oh, these peaceful days beneath the valley sun, where the world slows down and our hearts beat as one, with the mountains standing guard and the river running true. I find every simple blessing leads me back to you. Yes, peaceful days beneath the valley sun. That's where our story's begun. Maybe life is just a circle made of moments soft and small, but with you by my side, darling, I've already had it all. When the years roll on like wagon wheels and twilight's finally come, our love will linger warm beneath the valley sun. Oh, these peaceful days beneath the valley sun, every sunset glow says our hearts beat as one, through the laughter and the tears, through the seasons as they run. the valley song. Down by the willow, where the river had been so slow, I still hear your laughter in the ripples as they flow. We carved our hearts in cottonwood beside that water's frame, and those roots still hold the secrets where the river knows our names.
I walk along the shoreline where the grasses kiss the breeze, and every step reminds me of the love we lost with ease.
But even when the years rolled on, the memories stayed the same.
Held gently by the current where the river knows our names.
Where the river knows our names, where love once burned like summer flames. Two young hearts in a world so wide, with nothing but hope on our side. Though time has pulled us far away, the river still calls out our names today. There's a hollow in the bank where we'd hide from summer heat, where you'd rest your head beside me, hear my heart in steady beat.
And though I walked 1,000 roads, not one felt quite the same as the tender flowing whispers where the river knows our names.
I tried to chase new mornings, but they never felt as bright as the dawn that kissed the water, with you holding me so tight.
It's funny how the world can change, yet some things still remain, like the echo of our footsteps where the river knows our names.
Where the river knows our names, where love once burned like summer flames. Two young hearts in a world so wide, with nothing but hope on our side. Though time has pulled us far away, the river still calls out our names today. If fate brought you back again, would you meet me in that place?
Would the river wash our sorrow, help us mend what time erased?
But would the water's gentle songs remind us we're not the same, though forever intertwined, where the river knows our names. Where the river knows our names, and nothing ever truly wanes. We loved, we lost, we tried to stay, but life pulled our hands away. Yet in the heart of nature's veins we live forever, where the river knows our names. On this old front porch, where the evening settles slow, I rock in Mama's chair, watching soft stars glow. The boards may creak, but the memories stay strong, of the life we built together, where our hearts belong.
I hear your gentle voice in every summer breeze, calling me back
This chair's been waiting for me, just like you through the years, holding all our laughter, our worries and our tears.
These rocking chair stories for the ones I hold dear, tales of love and struggle whispered soft and clear through the quiet of the night or the dawn drawing near.
We keep our hearts together right here, my dear. I've rocked through storms and nights I felt alone, till your footsteps sounded on that gravel stone.
You'd sit beside me, boots dusty from the road, telling how you carried love even with a heavy load.
Now years have passed and the world has changed its song, but this porch feels steady where our souls belong.
I hold your hand gently, just like that first spring, when this chair rocks softly as we planned everything.
These rocking chair stories for the ones I hold dear, every hope and heartbreak laid open right here, from the cradle of our youth to the gray in our hair. Our love keeps on swaying in this old rocking chair. Someday our children's children will sit where we are now,
Hearing tales of country life and the love we vow.
and this chair will whisper all the things we knew,
That the strongest homes are built by hearts true and true.
these rocking chair stories for the ones I hold dear, a lifetime of devotion carved year by year. As the fireflies glow and the night draws us near, I'll keep telling our stories for the ones I hold